Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've done some remodeling and we've opened up the Chevrolet Performance Hotel here with the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series. And you know, it's always great when you get a first-time winner, and we're just really excited because we've pretty much raised this young man with our late model series over the last 5 years. And here he is, first win for Cruz Skinner out of Oxford, Alabama at the ripe old age of 16. The winner tonight here at Boyd's Speedway in Ringgold, Georgia, just outside of Chattanooga. And Cruz, you got to be tickled to death.
We've been working really hard for a Neesmith win, and like I said, we've been working our butts off for the past 4.5 years for one of these, and everything fell in line tonight. We had a really good car, and it just all worked out today.
Well, you worked for those wins for 4 years under Neesmith, and now with Durrence Layne Chevrolet, got to be real special because you get the first of a brand new trophy, the Screaming Eagle Trophy, as part of the Salute to America Nationals. That's going to look good on your mantle. You already got a special place picked out for that?
Oh, yes. I've had one cleared out for about 2 years now. Going into the year, my dad asked me what my goal was. I told him my goal was to get a golden helmet. I finally win a Durrence Layne race, and y'all switch trophies up on me, but I'll absolutely take it.
This is a special one because this is the first one. So that you got bragging rights that you got the first Screaming Eagle Trophy. And this win is also special because, there's a guy that races with us that's helped you out a lot in your career, and he was gunning for you tonight. He got up to second and chased you down. You had a full straightaway lead on him when he got into second. He made up half of that, but he just didn't have enough laps to get up there and try to battle with you. And I know you would have enjoyed that probably running with your men, and we're talking about the Chattanooga Flash Ronnie Johnson at his home track. That's got to be special to outrun your teacher.
Oh, absolutely. Ronnie's been a huge part in not only my racing career, but my life, really. Ever since I was going to a track, since I was little, I always looked up to Ronnie. When I moved into late model, he has helped me out a ton. Not only on setup, but driving-wise and how to conduct yourself. And, I've always looked up to Ronnie, and it feels really good to, outrun two of the best in the Southeast, and him and Corey Hedgecock. I know, those are two really hard guys to beat anywhere. And, we just got it done tonight, and, I feel blessed to be out here.
Those of you that are watching this that live in the state of Alabama, you might recognize this young man. He does PSAs as part of the Click It or Ticket program. Are they still showing those?
They're not showing a commercial anymore, but I'm still doing announcements and speeches, and about Click It or Ticket and seatbelt safety across the state. So I'm still doing all I can there. Even if we just save one life, it's all that's worth it.
And he was doing those PSAs as a passenger because he wasn't old enough to get his license then. But now he's just turned 16. He's out on the highway driving. And how many speeding tickets have you got already?
I can count them on one hand, so I'm doing good so far.
All right. He hadn't run down the fingers and the thumb yet, so that's good. But I know you've always put that seatbelt on.
Oh, absolutely. Every time I get in, that's first thing you need to do. Buckle up.
Being a race car driver, you probably would not get in a race car unless you had those seat belts to strap you in that race car.
Oh, absolutely not. And even if it's just to go pack the track, I may not have them super tight, but I at least have my belts on and they're snug, just because you never know.
Well, Cruz, with your first win, I know you want to thank a lot of people that helped get you here to get this beautiful Screaming Eagle helmet. So we'll take some time and we'll let you thank the folks that helped get you here.
Oh, absolutely. I have to thank Skinner Body Shop, Kaiser Manufacturing, Napa Auto Parts, Boyd Speedway, Austin Hines, Durrence Layne for putting on such a great series and allowing people like me to come out here and compete on a regular basis. Huddle House, Schoenfeld Headers, Hoosier Racing Tire, Real Wheel Racing Wheels. I've got to thank my dad and all my family for always supporting me. Ronnie Johnson again for being a mentor of mine, not only in racing but in life. UB McFadden, he's helping on the car every day. Really couldn't do it without him. Like I think Richard Austin too, he's been a big help, and just anybody else that's helped me throughout my career, I couldn't do it without them.
Well, Cruz, this win is not only special because it's your first one, and you got the first Screaming Eagle helmet. Do you realize that you outran two guys that represent 5 Durrence Layne late model national championships? Ronnie Johnson with 3 and Corey Hedgecock with 2.
It definitely hasn't sank in yet, but I'm sure it will sometime soon. But like I said, everything just worked out for us tonight. We had a good car, and everything just fell in line for us. And I was fortunate enough not to get tangled up in anything too bad. And I had a couple scares and close running with some lap traffic, but like I said, I couldn't do it without everybody that's helped me, and everything just fell in line.
Okay, we're done talking about tonight. Let's talk about Tuesday night. We are going to Talladega Short Track in East Bogue, Alabama, and that's a track where earlier this year Ronnie Johnson took 1 win, Corey Hedgecock took the other win, and that is Cruz Skinner's home racetrack. That's where he cut his teeth racing. That is going to be some show to watch on Tuesday. Are you ready for that?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to take these couple of days to get ready, make sure everything's right, and just hopefully be able to carry the speed into Talladega, because I know Ronnie and Corey and among many others is going to be really fast, as they always are at Talladega. I've got a lot more confidence now, so hopefully we can go pull it off.
Well, when people get pets, they usually end up getting 2 because the first one gets lonely and it needs a companion. You've got a Screaming Eagle trophy, and you know that we got another one of these for Tuesday night. So have you named the bird yet?
I haven't named the bird yet. I'll be taking suggestions, and we'll give it its official name tomorrow.
Okay, but it might need a friend.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna do my best to get it a friend.
Because after Talladega, we may go back to the gold helmet again. Another thing, if you win at Talladega, you get some bonus bucks from Mike Vaughn's Auto Exchange for winning 2 in a row. You'll be able to pick up $1,500 extra.
Oh, absolutely. I got to thank Mike Vaughn for just giving the racers that opportunity to pick up a little bit extra money. But, to me, these trophies mean a lot to me. And, I told my dad he can have all the money. I just want this trophy. It's going to my room. I'm gonna take care of it.
And I don't know for sure, but we've got a third Screaming Eagle trophy that if we don't have a repeat winner, if you don't repeat on Tuesday night at Talladega Short Track, we're going to give an award to the High Point Man. That's going to be worth $500. And I think that we may take the trophy that we had scheduled for Cochran that got rained out and maybe put a champion's plaque on that. So you've got 2 chances to get another Screaming Eagle.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Once again, I just got to thank Mike Vaughn and Durrence Layne for giving the racers this opportunity and putting up all these extra incentives. But that'd absolutely be great.
Well, I know this is going to sink in here in the next few days, and I think that you're going to be a fine representative for the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series, as you have through the years, winning the VP Racing Fuels Young Gun Challenge Series a few years ago. You won that, at the age of 13, I believe it was?
I was 13 and 14 during that season.
And you've got that championship in your resume, so you've always been good at running with the weekly racing series through the years. And you're one of I think you and Jake Knowles and maybe a couple other guys are doing double duty this year. You're also running the Chevrolet Performance Super Late Model Series with the CT525 engine and running for the Cruise with the Champions Rookie of the Year in that series.
Yes, sir. We're not running the Durrence Layne 604 series full time, but we're hitting as many shows as we can. But we're following the CT525 series, running for Rookie of the Year. Hopefully we can carry this momentum into that series too, and pick up some wins and hopefully a championship and rookie of the year.
And they got golden helmets.
They got golden helmets, so that's definitely a goal of mine.
All right, Cruz, congratulations on the first win. Enjoy it, my friend.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Cruz Skinner out of Oxford, Alabama, winner tonight at Boyd Speedway in Ringgold, Georgia, with the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Latemodel Series. First win in his career, and I've got a pretty good idea we're going to be talking to him again in the future. Well, a frequent visitor to the Chevrolet Performance Hotel for many years with this series, the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Latemodel Series, is this gentleman to my left, none other than the Chattanooga Flash, Ronnie Johnson. I mean, he has got so many top 3 finishes. I don't know if we got enough time to count them all, but this one, pretty good run tonight. Started 8th and came home in 2nd, trying to chase down your student through the years, Cruz Skinner.
We did have a good run. We qualified 4th in our group, which started us 8th in the feature. We were maybe a 10th off of fast time in our group, but it put us back in the 4th row, which is testament to how close the competition is nowadays. Racetrack widened out. Everybody was trying to run the bottom, and I kept wanting to get up on the top, and it finally cleaned up, and we finally got to rolling up there and passed some cars there at the end, and we got into 2nd, and Cruz was, as you say, he had turned in his keys and checked out. So, but proud to see him win that, and we're certainly glad to come out with a 2nd place finish here tonight. These guys work so hard on these cars. They deserve a good finish. Of course, we had like 32 tonight, so there can't be 32 winners or 32 podium guys, but I'm certainly proud to be one of them. And the fans pay their hard-earned money to come out here and watch us drive these things. They don't want us to ride around, so that's what we all try to do for them.
You said I always say that they packed their bags, turned in the key, and checked out the field. Another thing that I say a lot in this series is watch Ronnie Johnson. He's dusting off the top shelf.
Well, I got up there and about lost a spot or 2 there. Jake was coming, and we had to move around, get a little gap there, and try it again. And finally, the bottom was just finally giving up enough. The whole area's had so much rain, so the bottom of the racetrack was wetter than it usually is out here tonight, and it was bottom dominant there for a while. But there at the end, I mean, we certainly had a good, absolutely too wide racetrack. The longer I ran, seemed like the better we got. But I just wish we could have got up there and raced for the win. But again, proud to see Cruz win it. His family have been friends of mine for years. I used to race with his dad. Cruz's crew chief, UB McFadden, worked for me for times back in the 90s, and so we all go back a long way.
And to see a young man like Cruz come home with the win, that's got to make you feel good, because, I mean, you two have a pretty close relationship. I mean, with the age difference and everything, to have a young man like that to look up to you and can call you up on the phone after a race at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Of course, that's your working hours anyway, but that's another story. But that's got to feel good to see a young kid like that you've had the pleasure of helping along through the years win a race and to outrun you.
Well, as I said, he deserves it, and I'm certainly proud to see him win it. I don't think it'll be his last one. And as I say all the time, I love racing with these younger guys. They keep me young. They keep me on my toes. We all learn from each other. The sport constantly changes. There'll be people that will take Cruz's place and Corey's place and Ashton's place, and I'm don't mean to leave out hundreds of names here, but time goes on and everything changes, and if you don't get with the people that are making the changes, you get left behind. So I'm proud to interact with all these guys, and hope to always have a good rapport with them, and I think I do, and I respect them, and I think they respect me, so it's all good. I just love doing what we do here, and love to be competitive, love to be a part of these interviews. That tells us we're we're doing our job.
You know, Ronnie, this is the first time that we've had to spend some time together since you started driving for Richard Austin and Josh Roberts Trucking with the sponsorship on that 85 car. And you've kind of changed your role a little bit. I mean, all through your career, you've been a hands-on guy. You've been the mechanic. You've been the truck driver. You've been the guy that sweeps the shop. I mean, you've been a one-man band for a lot of years, and you kind of a different role right now.
Well, there's times that I've been a one-man band. You know, there's a lot of other times that there's people behind me, and it might not have looked like there was a lot, but you just simply can't do this yourself. And a couple of years ago, we were on the series, and it got down to where it was just me and one possible volunteer or whatever, and the performance, was obvious. You just can't do it anymore. There's too much to do. There's too much equipment to maintain. It's not just a car. The truck and trailer has to go up and down the road, and you got generators that have to run, and jacks that have to work, and lifts and air tools, my neighbors come by and I tell them that we're doing a 24/7 nonstop maintenance project here, and you absolutely gotta love it to continue. So when the opportunity came up to race with Richard, with Josh's stuff there, and I jumped on it, and I just love it. We've had success. I can help them on the car if they need some help, but like you said, it's not my role. My role is to drive the car, try to give Richard some good feedback so he can make the necessary changes. He does great. He's got a look. He knows what he wants to see in the car. I don't have to tell him much, and we'd raced together before. But, man, like tonight, I spent most of my time up here just watching the racetrack, watching the other classes, trying to see where we might could race and how the track surface was going to unfold. And I certainly wasn't getting to do that a couple of years ago. Everybody knows I have a late nature. I'll own that. But we'd get to the racetrack late, and a lot of times I wouldn't even see the track surface until I pulled out on it for qualifying, or sometimes not even for that. You're just not going to be competitive like that in this day and time. Maybe on a once in a blue moon, but you just can't race like that anymore. So I really appreciate the opportunity that Richard's given me, and that Josh has given me and him to do this. And again, the only thing that makes it worthwhile is that we get to stand out there and get our picture made from time to time with all the people that help get you there.
Well, Ronnie's, like you said, he's late-natured. I think he knows every Waffle House between here and Mississippi and between here and Florida and who knows where else. But we're racing at your home track tonight now. Is there a Waffle House between here and your house?
There's several, and we're going to go to one here shortly, I promise you. Yeah, it's time to eat. I mean, it's been, it's after midnight, so it's July. It's summertime, it's hot. It's humid, and so we've raced, and it's time to cool off and wind down, go sit down, get something to eat, and go get some rest. And tomorrow we'll start all over again, start getting ready to go to Talladega Short Track on Tuesday.
Well, that's the next thing I want to talk about. We're going to Talladega Short Track, the second round of the Salute to America Nationals, and round 8 of the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series season. Been there twice this year on NASCAR weekend. We raced on a Friday. We raced on a Saturday. Corey Hedgecock won one race. You won the other race. So it's kind of the rubber match coming up between you two. And the young man that won tonight, Cruz Skinner, that's his home racetrack.
I was going to say, you're leaving,
so,
you're leaving a factor out there. That's Cruz's home track. And, he's got a lot of laps there. And honestly, I really thought that his first win in this series would come there, and probably a lot of people did. And as I said, he won tonight. It's not going to be his last one. And I've been seeing his confidence level coming up. Once you win one of these things, now you can do it. So I think me and Corey might have to watch out for Cruz. But we'll all be down there racing hard, and hopefully the three of us get to come back in here and talk to you again.
well, that's what I was telling Corey. As long as you keep coming in here and getting to talk to me about running for that championship. I need to become his best friend, and you get to come in here and talk to me. You've done something good.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know, following a series for a championship is you got to have good finishes. You got to finish all the races. At the end of the year, the guy that typically when you look at the stats, typically the guy that wins a championship mini series is the guy that ran the most laps. So Corey's right on point. Still got half season to go though. Anything can happen.
Well, if anybody knows how to win these championships, Ronnie Johnson does. He's the right now the only guy that's won 3 straight. So Corey's going for try to tie you for that.
Well, records are made to be broken, and that's just a part of it. If he doesn't win 3, somebody will. He may win 4, 5, who knows? And if not, somebody else will come along. But as long as we're all still doing this, everything's great. You know, again, I love the sport. It's my life, and there's no place I'd rather be than here at a racetrack.
Well, I think a lot of people feel the same way, and you sure do have a lot of fans up in the stands cheering for you, and have for around these parts for well over 40 years, and it's got to feel good to run good at home in front of those people.
It does. It means a lot, but shoot, man, I want to run good wherever we go. You know, I want to run good at the last one and at the next one, and so, you know, like I said, we'll just get ready for the next race and go and do our best and see how it turns out.
Ronnie Johnson, a strong second-place finish tonight at Boyd Speedway in Ringgold, Georgia, just outside of his hometown of Chattanooga, Tennessee, here with the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series. We're here in the Chevrolet Performance Hotel at Boyd Speedway in Ringgold, Georgia, with our third-place finisher tonight in the Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series main event, Corey Hedgecock. And Corey, another top 3 tonight for you. You just keep racking up those points, and you get to keep that advanced laser and machine Dayglow red point leader spoiler on the back of your car.
Yeah, man. Me and Dad always talk, just you don't always have to win the races and everything, but you for sure got to be there at the end. You can't tear your stuff up, and you just top 5 them to death, and ultimately, the championship will come. Not that it's came yet, but, hopefully we took a pretty good chunk again. Hopefully we can continue on Tuesday.
Well, you got a lot of experience, those championships, 2 straight, going for your 3rd straight, trying to tie Ronnie Johnson as the only guy to win 3 straight championships. How hard is that to do in this series?
Man, it's extremely hard. Just the caliber of people and everything, and you're just it takes winning a championship and everything by not having many failures. Knock on wood, we haven't had many. Period. So I mean, I'll probably fall out Tuesday now, but I mean, that's what it takes. It takes just a bunch of top 5s, and you just got to be there every race, and you got to be there at the end. You can't get lapped, and it'll fall all into place by the end of the day. And if you can squeeze a couple wins in there also, it definitely makes yourself easier on yourself too.
And it seems like every year you got a lot of new faces that you're going up against, racing day in and day out, that are following the series. Of course, this year we got Ashton Wenger, Jake Knowles is back this year, and Andy Picklesheimer is back. So there's a lot of new guys coming up too. Cruz Skinner tonight, our winner, 16 years old.
Cruz is definitely fast. There's no doubt he ain't got good equipment and good family and everything, and he's a good driver. And he earned it tonight. Wingnut, he's got a couple nuts loose up there and everything, but ultimately we'll still have to race that kid all year, and he's a good kid and good family. Honestly, they got one of our motors and everything, so if it's going to be, for that matter, Jake does too. So I think at the end of the day, no matter what, Eagle's going to win a championship, which is what I want also. If either one of them win it, I'm perfectly fine. But my attempt is going to be me win it, and be there at the end, which I think will be okay. I just can't have no failures and stuff. We got a good equipment right now. We got a good team. We got a good rhythm going. We don't want to step on ourselves and everything, but I think we'll be okay.
You talk about that rhythm you got going, and that kind of got interrupted early this morning because a lot of us read on Facebook that you were on your way to Children's Hospital with your infant daughter, that she was having some problems with coughing and that sort of thing, and you kind of had us wondering if you were going to be able to race tonight or not.
Yeah, she's she's all but 4 months old and everything. So definitely it's the first cold I've ever had as far as with an infant and everything, and it just it scared me, but it scared Katie a lot more. So whatever she wanted to do, I was up for. And the more I dealt with her, and the more I played with her this morning, I could tell she definitely wasn't herself either. So we went up there, spent a couple hours, and they researched it was just cold, but just keep an eye on it because it can always turn into something worse. So. And they ain't got the immune system like I do and Katie does and everything. So, I talked to Katie a little while ago, and she said she was acting better and seeing more herself and everything. Playful again and laughing and stuff. So, hopefully that'll be okay. Doc said it could last 5 or 6 days and everything. So hopefully that'll get her out of that and everything because she is just pitiful looking right now.
It's the mark of not only a good young man but a good father that family comes first before that race car.
Absolutely, and if it was something definitely worse or something, there's no doubt in my mind I'd stop my racing for her and for Katie and everybody in between. So, I got to have them before I got to have racing. So, I can have racing all day long, but if I ain't got nobody to share it with, then it's kind of pointless. So, I love my wife, love my kids, love my dad, mom, everybody that continues to help me on this thing and everything, all my sponsors. I've got the greatest people helping us on our team, help us year in, year out. We always have the same people every year. It seems can't thank anybody enough. They make my life a lot easier and everything. So all in all, I'll take it. And hopefully we'll continue on with our success and everything, which we've had for a couple years now. And I don't want to lose it. So hopefully, I know one day it's gonna turn and go the other way. I'm gonna ride it until it does. So
well, let's look ahead a little bit closer into the future. Not where you're old and you're done, but let's talk about Tuesday. Going to Talladega Short Track in East Bogue, Alabama. We've been there twice this year, on a Friday night and a Saturday night on NASCAR weekend. You won one race. Ronnie Johnson won the other. You finished third. Ronnie finished second. It's Cruz Skinner's home track who won tonight. Boy, that is going to set up quite the show Tuesday night.
Yeah, Cruz is definitely fast right now. So they definitely got something going on in that deal. So hopefully, there's no doubt in my mind he's always fast there, and bad equipment for that matter. No doubt he's got awesome equipment right now. So, he can make a bad car still run good there. Ronnie's back to Ronnie. He's no matter what. I don't care if he starts 24th, he'll be there at the end. And we like to think we are too. So. Like I said, we're down there, I'm okay with that top three again, as long as, maybe I'm just the front runner this time. But, there's no doubt. There's nothing to hang your heads about running third to them guys. Cruz definitely runs good around here locally, no doubt. And Ronnie's Ronnie. So you can always run against them and everything, and you run with them. It's nothing to hang your head about.
Well, congratulations on a third-place finish. We'll see you Tuesday night. We'll be at Talladega Short Track, the Hornets' Nest, Tuesday night for Round 2 of the Salute to America Nationals. Round 8 of the 2018 Durrence Layne Chevrolet Dirt Late Model Series season. 50 laps, $2,500 to win. Corey Hedgecock's going to be there trying to hang on to that point lead, so don't miss it. Join us Tuesday night, Talladega Short Track.